the network.
What kind of like networking events do you recommend attending, like to meet new people and connect with new people?
That's a good question. I would say anything that really has to do, like anything that you think has to do, but I would say like put yourself in the spots where I would say stay away from like live shows. And I would say focus on places where there's artists and there's people in the industry, but it's not like a concert or somewhere where it's, or stay away from parties and live shows. Don't stay away from them, but don't look at those as the opportunities. Look at the opportunities as places where these same people, these A&Rs, these people where they're going to be at. And there's no real drinking and there's no real loud music, because those are going to be the situations where you could really politic with these type of people. So really, like, there was an event about 2 weeks ago by a brand called Tweedle where they had about 5 A&Rs. They had Tuma Basa from YouTube. All of these guys just kind of on a panel speaking. And you know, it was kind of this event where you show up and hear them speak. Now, mind you, an event like that, you know, these is marquee people in the industry. They probably going to be overcrowded, but the quality of people in that room, other than those people who are on the panel, that's what you really have to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people just focus on getting next to the guy who's the head at YouTube or the guy who's the head at the Spotify playlist. But yeah, those guys are valuable, and definitely try to make those relationships, but also acknowledge the other 200 people in the room, you know, because if you put yourself in the right rooms, you could pretty much gauge that, okay, nobody in this room is of no value. You know, if you pay $30 to hear these people speak, you're obviously doing something somewhat productive in this industry, or trying to. So, you know, put yourself in those type. Now, when you're at a party or you're at a show or you're at somewhere where there's a lot of drinking, a lot of loud music, that's generally just not the best time for that type of stuff. You know, people are not in their best state of mind. So you really want to put yourself around in those type of situations where there's an event where you could kind of gauge that, okay, if you end up at this event, you're doing something somewhat productive in this industry, versus a concert where there's a lot of people who are just there to be entertained. There's a lot of people there, so you might end up having a lot of pointless conversations with a lot of invaluable people, you know?
Right.
Definitely.
So a follow-up question to that, like, do you know like a website to find like specific events like that?
Nah, it's not even I wouldn't even say it's a website. I would just say always follow marquee people in the industry. Like, okay, a lot of people follow rappers, like, and it's like, if you're a rapper, following other rappers, I guess is cool. But if you're trying to make it as a rapper, the other rappers are not of that much value to you. It's actually people, you know, that aren't the rappers who are making the rappers, who are putting the rappers in front of your face for you to even know them. So those are the type of people, when you follow enough of those people tend to post those type of events all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because if they're not doing it, then their industry friend is doing it and they on the panel or something like that. And then there's a lot of events where, you know, it might just be drinks. It might just be things like that. And then once you start building organic relationships with these type of people, they'll be able to tell you about this type of stuff. And the word of mouth is the best source. So, yeah.